In the heart of the whispering jungle, where the leaves chattered and the rivers giggled, lived a monkey named Michael. Now, Michael wasn't just any monkey. He was, to put it mildly, exceptionally silly. His days were filled with somersaulting off branches just for fun, trying to teach parrots how to sing opera, and his absolute favorite pastime, dreaming about bananas. But Michael didn't dream of ordinary bananas. Oh no, he dreamed of the one, the only, the legendary great golden banana. Folklore in the jungle said it was as big as a canoe, as sweet as 1,000 honeycombs, and glowed with a soft, golden light. Most animals thought it was just a silly story, a bedtime tale for baby monkeys, but not Michael. For Michael, the great golden banana was his destiny. One morning, while practicing his upside-down grimace in the puddle, Michael saw it, a glint, a shimmer, high atop the tallest peak, Mount Guffaw. Something was sparkling under the sun. "It's real!" he screeched, doing a spontaneous backflip that sent a family of frogs scattering. "The great golden banana! It's calling to me!" Without a second thought, or even a first one, Michael set off. His supplies, a single, slightly bruised mango and an overwhelming sense of optimism. His first obstacle was a giggling gorge, a wide chasm known for its strange echoes. Michael, being Michael, decided the best way to cross was to swing on the long, dangling vines. He grabbed a vine, took a deep breath, and launched himself into the air with a triumphant banana. But this wasn't an ordinary vine. It was a tail of a very large, very sleepy python named Silas. Silas woke with a jolt, looking down at the small monkey swinging from his tail. "Excuse me," he hissed, his voice a low rumble. "Do I look like a jungle gym to you?" Michael, dangling upside down, just grinned. "Nope, you look like a banana delivery express rope. To Mount Guffaw, please." Silas blinked. He'd never been called a rope before. He was so surprised by the sheer silliness of the request that he actually chuckled, a strange, wheezing sound. "Mount Guffaw, you're going to need a better plan than swinging on a stranger's tail, little one." Amused, Silas gently lowered Michael to the other side of the gorge. "Be careful, the jungle is full of tricks." Michael just waved enthusiastically. "Thanks, Mr. Rope." Next, Michael had to navigate the murmuring maze, a dense part of the forest where the paths twisted and turned, and every tree looked exactly the same. Michael, of course, didn't bother with remembering his past. He just followed the prettiest butterflies. This led him not to the exit, but directly into the lair of Beatrice, a bear who was trying to meditate. Beatrice was balancing on one foot, humming a deep, peaceful om, when Michael tumbled into her clearing. "Hi," Michael chirped, brushing leaves off his fur. "Have you seen a giant banana? It's golden and, well, giant." Beatrice opened one eye. Her peace was shattered. "A giant banana?" she grumbled. "Young man, I am seeking inner tranquility, not oversized fruit." Michael tilted his head. "Is inner tranquility tasty? Can you peel it?" Beatrice sighed, a sound like rustling leaves. This was hopeless. "No, you can't peel it. Now, if you want to get out of this maze, just listen." Michael cupped his ears. "Listen to what?" "Listen to the wind," Beatrice said patiently. "It always blows towards the mountain." Michael listened. He heard the wind, but he also heard a woodpecker, a distant waterfall, and his own stomach rumbling. "My tummy is also blowing towards the mountain," he declared. "It must know the way." Beatrice just shook her head and went back to her arm as Michael bounded off, following his gut. Amazingly, his rumbling stomach did lead him in the right direction. Soon, he was at the base of Mount Guffaw, the final challenge. The mountain was steep and rocky, but Michael was a monkey. Climbing was in his blood. He scrambled up the cliff face, using his hands, his feet, and occasionally his teeth to get a good grip. He climbed and climbed, fueled by the thought of that sweet, golden prize. He passed grumpy mountain goats who told him to keep the noise down. He dodged a few falling pebbles kicked loose by a clumsy eagle. The air grew thinner, and the wind grew colder, but Michael's spirit was on fire. Finally, he pulled himself over the last ledge and stood on the peak of Mount Guffaw. And there it was, glowing with a soft, warm light, as big as a canoe. The great golden banana. Michael's jaw dropped. He crept closer, his heart thumping like a drum. It was more beautiful than he had ever imagined. He reached out a trembling hand to touch it. It felt smooth and warm and squishy. He poked it. It wiggled. A voice from inside the banana said, "Hey, who's poking me?" Suddenly, the banana unpeeled itself from the top down. But it wasn't a banana inside. It was a group of tiny, glowing fireflies, all huddled together. In the middle was their leader, a wise old firefly named Lumen. Michael stared, completely bewildered. You're not a banana," Lumen chuckled, his light flickering brightly. "No, we're not. We are the glow bugs. We come to this peak every year to perform our ceremonial dance of light. It's supposed to bring good luck to the jungle." Michael looked from the fireflies to the peel, which was actually just cleverly arranged giant yellow leaves they'd collected. He wasn't disappointed. He was delighted. A banana made of bugs. That's the silliest thing I've ever seen. I love it. He started laughing, a deep belly laugh that echoed down the mountain. The fireflies, charmed by his infectious joy, started laughing too, their lights blinking in a riot of sparkling colors. Lumen flew over and landed on Michael's nose. "You journeyed all this way, not for a snack, but for an adventure. You met a python, a bear, and you climbed this mountain. The treasure wasn't a banana, Michael. The treasure was a trip." Michael thought about it. He thought about Silas the python rope and Beatrice the meditating bear. He thought about the butterflies in his rumbling tummy. Lumen was right. Getting here had been the best part. "Will you stay and watch our dance?" Lumen asked. "I wouldn't miss it for all the bananas in the world," Michael exclaimed. So, Michael sat on the peak of Mount Guffaw, under a blanket of stars, and watched as the fireflies performed the most beautiful, sparkling dance he had ever seen. They swirled and swooped, creating patterns of light in the dark night sky. It was more magical than any banana. When the dance was over, the fireflies guided Michael back down the mountain, lighting his path. As he traveled home, he wasn't thinking about the great golden banana anymore. He was thinking about all the new friends he had made and the incredible story he had to tell. He arrived back in his home tree just as the sun was rising. His friends gathered around, eager to hear about his quest. "Did you find it? Did you find the great golden banana?" they asked. Michael just grinned his silliest grin. "No," he said, "I found something much better." And as he told them all about the python rope, the peaceful bear, and a banana made of bugs. All the monkeys in the whispering jungle learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes the silliest journeys lead to the most wonderful discoveries, and the best stories aren't about what you find at the end, but about the fun you have along the way. Thanks so much for watching Michael's big adventure. If you enjoyed his silly story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fun tales from the jungle. See you next time.